What is up, everybody? Jay Nell here with my UFC 222 recap video. It happened last night. I hope you saw it. I told you not to sleep on this event because it would be quite good, and it was. I thought I was under 500 because I actually missed the first 3 fights. I came in when the Amale fight had just ended and he was on his back and Andre had thought he won. So I was like, okay, this is the scene. I think I lost the first 3 fights. So if you look at my social media, when it comes to the co-main event, I was like, let's see if I can rebound. Didn't need to rebound. Got 3 out of 5. Let's talk about it. First one I did not get. I chose Kat Zingano to win her return against Ketlen Vieira. They threw her to the wolves. Ketlen is no joke. Kat, she just pulls on my heartstrings. I will say I'm biased in her favor. I just root for her. She pulls on my heartstrings. I've watched a lot of information about her, her documentary, that whole thing. So I just root for her to win, and she did not. This was a split decision victory in favor of Ketlen. I totally agree. The first round could have gone, was very close. I thought that Ketlen won it out, but I think one of the judges gave it to Kat. Kat did land some good knees that stopped her in her tracks a little bit, but for the most part, Ketlen seemed to eat a lot of her shots. She seemed to win the position battling. She was able to get herself into good positions to get some takedowns, some good dirty boxing there. Again, a lot of position battling. They said she held top control for 8 minutes of a 15-minute fight. So there's that. Also look at the stats. I think she might have won the stats as well. So I agree with the win, but Kat managed to win more fans in this loss. Again, that first round was very competitive. The second round, Ketlen was able to take her down. A lot of control time on top. The third round, it looks like Kat hurt herself. Someone let me know if she's injured. Foot, leg, something going on there because she couldn't put any weight on it. Ketlen took her down. And in doing so, it seemed like it looks like Kat got used to the pain because when she got back up, she went after Ketlen. She was throwing kicks. She put weight on it. She actually finally managed to push her back across the octagon with the shots she was landing. She got into these flurries that she did get the better of. You got the feeling like if there was a minute or 2 left, who knows? So in that gutsy performance on a clearly hurt leg, the crowd was going wild. I think she gained more fans even in this loss. Again, I am biased in favor of Kat. I always root for her. So who would you like to see her fight next? But more importantly, who would you like to see Ketlen Vieira fight next? I think she needs one more big win in order to really earn that title shot, but you let me know who you think. Next up, I lost this pick. I chose Stefan Struve to beat Andre Arlovski. He did not. I believe it was a unanimous decision. I think Andre won all 3 rounds. I rewatched the entire event this morning, and I chose, if you look at my prediction video, I said I'm choosing Stefan because he's younger and has more time to, improve and be able to compete in a heavyweight division that seems to be moving forward finally. But it looked like it was Andre who had a little fresher breath air, a little new wind there. He's had some new training partners. He's doing some new methods here, and it looks like it's working. He looked good physically. He looked strong. He lasted all 3 rounds, no cardio issues. He was able to get inside of that range, which was easy because Stefan doesn't use his range. Even DC during the commentary was like, he needs to get with like the Klitschko's or something, or Lewis, and you need to, everything should come behind that jab. When you're 7 feet tall, everything should come behind that jab. And he would run through people. This is DC talking, not even me. I've been saying this. We've all been saying this. He refuses to do it. I don't think he's going to. So he got beat. Andre was able to get inside of the range and clock him, stun him, take him down, ground and pound, the whole 9. It was, there was a few moments where Stefan reversed the situation. He got on top and had some ground and pound of his own. But again, you wouldn't even have to do all of that if you used your body, your God-given natural measurements, but you won't. So, moving on, lost that pick. Who would you like to see Andre fight next? Next up, I got this pick even though I didn't think I did. I chose Sean O'Malley to beat Andre Sukumthath, and he did, and whew, because the only reason why he won is because Andre made a serious mistake, and I don't want to pile on because everyone is, but let's talk about it. First round, and one of the judges gave by 2 to Sean. Sean is very dynamic, creative, that tall and lanky body. Them kicks are so fast. They come from so far. They hit with velocity, smack. Even the ones that Andre partially blocked, you moved his head and stunned him. The first round, he stunned Andre, knocked him down. Andre had to get back up. He totally dominated that first round. He was so unpredictable. He even threw a spinning move off the ground. He's so creative. And he said he was no joke on the ground, and he wasn't. Andre managed to take him down in the second round. Give credit to him. He came back firing after losing that first round, and he won that second round. He came back, took him down, ground and pound, and even then he was still in trouble a lot. Sean was throwing up the triangle, trying trying to adjust it, throwing up all kinds of moves, trying to submit him. So he's trouble everywhere, just like he said. Now, third round, it looks like he threw a kick to the head, and as Andre blocked it, he hurt his foot or leg. Someone let me know if there's a fracture to the leg, foot, what's going on with Sean O'Malley, because he hurt that foot, could not put any weight on it at all. And you thought that Andre noticed it because he immediately kicked it. You're like, okay. But then instead of backing away and say, show that you can stand, homeboy, or else this fight is over, he took him down. Basically disguised the injury for Sean. He took him down, held him there. His corner is screaming, get up and back off. Get up and back off. The commentators, what is he doing? All he has to do is get up and tell him and back away. And if O'Malley can't walk, the ref has to stop the fight. That's it. You don't have to take him down. You don't have to put him out. You don't have to try to kick him, punch him, or anything. All you got to do is stand up, back away. And Rashad Evans, which is Andre's teammate, was like, why? 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 You got to look at the reaction from Rashad Evans from immediately to after behind the stage where Karen caught him again. It is hilarious. And that's his teammate. So I'll let Rashad do all of that. But Andre, oh, baby, win for Sean O'Malley. He gave his interview after the fight on his back with his leg propped up in such pain, screaming. He's like, welcome to the Chucker Show. Like, it was so endearing. It was wonderful. It was relatable. It was an example of how you can become a star without being a jackass. I always press that point. Everybody thinks you got to be a the people I've jumped on before. I ain't going to mention them. But he's an example of how you can be a star without being a jackass. So endearing, so sweet. He's like, yo, I'm going to be partying. I'm going to get some drugs. I'm still going to be at the party, man. So much personality that he can't even stop it, even though he's in clear pain. I'm rooting for you. You're one of my fighters to watch. I hope you're not injured too bad. Who would you like to see Sean O'Malley fight next? Now, co-main event. And this was my main event. I took a big risk on my boy T-City, and it paid off. He not only did he beat Mr. Frankie Edgar, who I love and respect, and everybody else does. I hate to see these two fight because I thought they both earned a title shot. So, and someone put it, one of the fighters said, Frankie's a true fighter, a real dude. He gave up something he didn't have to in order to save the show. And he didn't have to take this fight against Brian Ortega and suffer his first finish in his entire career. Brian Ortega, T-City, not only did he beat Frankie Edgar, not only did he finish Frankie Edgar, he knocked him out. Pretty sure he was asleep and then knocked back in by that hammer fist, or when he hit the ground, he kind of stunned back up. Whew, first round. And Frankie was moving first round. Frankie's moving. He's doing some shots. He's trying to get in and out. I'm so excited. He's trying to get in and out. He's landing some shots. He probably had a higher offensive output. It probably landed more shots, quite frankly. And he's doing his thing. He's moving in and out. He didn't want to try to take this to the ground at all because I think he wanted none of T-City, because I think, like all of us, we thought his only way to victory was a submission. We were all wrong. He's doing his thing. Frankie's looking good. T-City said at one point, because of his long arms, he found that there was an elbow that he could catch, that Frankie coming in on. And as I rewatched this round a few times, you saw it. As when he found it, it kind of didn't land, kind of flush, and then he threw it like 2 more times, and it didn't land. The third time, though, it did. Right on the temple. And you saw that it knocked Frankie silly. It actually knocked him back. And then he comes forward. Smart, not recklessly. He landed a flurry of shots to Frankie's head. Frankie never got his wits back into it. Then he tried for an uppercut. He was too close, them long arms. So he backed up. You see his eyes. He's calm. He's fully in. He's fully lasered in. He backs up to the around appropriate distance. And then he unveils a haymaker from hell, as he said, with bad intentions. And he think he might have lifted Frankie Edgar off the ground from the back. It looked like his head hit the back. Oh my gosh, hit the ground. Done, son. 2 more hammer fists just for good red measure. Done, son. Wow. And we know he gets Max Blessed Holloway next. And I am so excited for that fight. Talk about two of the premier, top, highly skilled, young. I can't wait. And I love Frankie Edgar, but I can't wait. T-City! All right. Main event. And I got this pick. This is my safe pick. And still, the UFC women's featherweight champion, Chris Cyborg. I was trying to, I always hesitate because I get ready to say Justino. But her nickname is so much cooler. Chris Cyborg. She successfully defeated Yana Kunitskaya. I think we all kind of knew that she would. Kunitskaya, credit to her, she went after it. She came up in a weight division. And people laid it out, but oh my goodness, this is her debut in the UFC. Her debut in the featherweight division. And it's against Chris Cyborg for the title. And she probably made more. I know it was at least $100,000, probably more money than she's made in her career. So it was definitely worth it. Higher profile. She is going to go back down to the 135 division. She went after it. Chris hurt her with the first shot. Clocked her in the head, knocked her back. Then she clocked her in the gut. She dropped down for a low leg, single leg takedown, and she got it. She took Cyborg down. We're like, okay. She went for it. She tried to hold it down as much as she could. There was one moment when Chris stood back up and she tried to hop on the back. She tried, okay? Chris shook her off finally, came back, clock to the face, another body shot dropped her, then she rained down bombs, even two-fisted at one point. Ref stopped the fight. Great stoppage, and another win for Chris Cyborg. Who would you like to see her fight next? Megan Anderson, stop talking. She tweeted out again, oh, let's make this fight, let's happen. You won't talk about why there's issues and why you haven't fought in a long time. If you do come back, if you're signed with the UFC, so when you do come back to the featherweight division, I advise you to take a different featherweight fight first and not come back against Chris Cyborg. So that's what you need to do. You need to call out a different 145er first. And until you, and before you even do that, just be quiet. Until you're ready to come back, be quiet. Moving on. The woman I think that's going to happen, that's going to be fighting Chris Cyborg next, is Miss Amanda Nunes. She is supposed to fight Pennington in Rio in May, but it has not been announced and it is not official. And according to Dana White, what he wants to happen is in July, Cyborg Nunes. Let me know what you think. Let me know how you did on the entire event, how you did on all of your picks. The prelims were good. We had the successful debut of Mackenzie Dern. The entire card was good, y'all. I told you. All right, let me know how you did. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. I'm on Snapchat now. Talk to me, or subscribe, like, talk to me, take care, and goodbye.